It's the Dead Panda Podcast, and we talk about stuff such as stand-up comedy, improv comedy, and we ask people to share the feelings.
Actually, I'm one of the people that gets through in the current economic state by spreading myself too thin, I think is how they say it.
Gotcha.
So aside from gigging, doing stand-up and producing shows, I work at a public access TV studio here in Taos County. I also have a nice little side hustle going on where I clean homes for opulent people. And I also got this new sweet gig that I just started. Basically what I do is I steal clippings from people's clipping some people's succulent plants and then put them in pots and then take them to the flea market and farmers markets and sell them to people who want to decorate their gardens and stuff.
Wait, clippings of succulents? How the hell does that work? Like,
Okay, so like
do they
say this right here,
regrow?
right? Like you can cut a little piece of this plant off and plant it,
Yeah.
and it'll grow into a whole new plant like this.
Yeah.
So, and it's like that right there. I can sell that to some people at the flea market or the farmer's market for like $20 because it's a rare succulent. So there you go.
Okay.
Selling weed
I have
is so
some
old.
succulents
Selling weed is so
in the back.
oh, right on. Selling weed is so old. I just sell other plants now.
Yeah, that works. It's like anyone can grow weed nowadays. Like, you got to get in the untapped
I don't know,
market.
dude. I've seen some people that tried to grow weed nowadays that just, you're like, wow, do you fucking have the internet? Like, why do you do it like that still? But whatever.
Anyway, are you recording, Michael?
Yeah, I've been recording this whole time. So,
Okay.
yeah, welcome
Oh, hi,
everybody.
Mike.
Hey, Jimmie, how you doing?
He's
Welcome
just the
I'm all right.
autistic
Panda
kid
Podcast.
sitting here.
Yeah.
So are you just lurking? Are you just lurking on the other side of the camera and just staring at Luke? Stare at
He's
me.
masturbating. You can't see, like, there's a flurry of activity below his elbows.
Yeah, I'm
He
in
just
the-
doesn't move his shoulders much. It's all wrist action.
No, the way to record our conversation, I have to record myself separately. It's a whole mess. So, I'm just a voice off in the distance at the moment.
Jesus Christ, dude, where are you? Are you squatting in a
Uh-oh.
vacant building? Like, do you have furniture? Like, what the hell's going on?
No, he's actually behind that wall. So
Oh, okay, I got you.
yeah.
Oh, so you guys live
We
together
both
then?
have our closet. Yeah.
It ain't like a
gotcha.
gay thing. We're two adult men that live together, but it's not like a relationship.
I don't know.
I've had roommates, dude. I understand exactly how it is.
It can get a little gay sometimes, though.
It's just weird
It
because you
gets
guys
cold
look
up
like.
in the mountains. We gotta huddle and snuggle for body heat.
Yeah, we
Well, I
don't.
was gonna say it looks like you guys live totally different lifestyles. Like Luke's room looks lived in and thrashed and messed up, and like he came home from work and threw his keys down and said "fuck it." Whereas Michael's room,
Yeah.
Michael's like, please, I need a blanket or a piece of floor to sleep on. Like, you know.
Yeah, this is actually our spare room that we're turning into an office right now, so it's very barren in here.
Are you a Buddhist monk? Is that how that works?
I've dabbled, but like.
So that's not your bedroom then.
No, no. But Buddha and me, we stopped getting along. We had a disagreement.
I got you. See, I thought.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were saying.
Yeah,
something.
Oh no, I was just basically saying. I thought that was your bedroom, and you were doing like a Buddhist monk minimalist, like sleep on the floor and kind of thing.
Yeah.
No,
Jimmie's
that was
been-
homelessness in college. That's what.
Oh, because I did the sleeping on the floor thing when I was in college in my 20s too, and I was like, oh, now I just have back problems.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, when I was in Korea, like everyone there sleeps on the floor. They just have like a floor mat. Like
Right, or like
people don't like
like
having beds there.
they put like a pallet on the floor, then put like a little thin mat on it. Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that.
So,
But like,
I've
what's
always-
awesome about there is most of the apartments there have in-ground floor heaters. So, which is amazing to sleep on at night. It just warms you up, even though the air might be fairly cold, like right down near the ground. It's awesome.
Right.
You feel
Well,
awesome to walk on
it's
it.
why hobos sleep on manhole covers and shit. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good tip. I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude, you never been walking around a city and seen steam coming out of those things and been like, wow,
Yeah,
if I was really,
have, but
if I was
like,
really drunk, I would sleep on that.
okay, yeah, like next time I'm homeless, I'll definitely consider sleeping on one of those.
That's how I know you're a stand-up comic, Luke, is because you have actually been like, next time I'm homeless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I'm glad like I've never considered really quitting my day job to pursue comedy full time. Although like right now I don't work Fridays because I wanted that stipulation. Oh, I have it Fridays off where I can go travel, but hasn't really paid off because not a whole lot of traveling going on right now.
Right. Well, I mean, and I have to keep telling myself this all the time too, is like, you know, this lockdown, quarantine, people being afraid to go out, whatever you want to call it, social distancing protocols, whatever verbiage you want to use. My main thing is this isn't going to last forever. So, you know, like, why not continue preparing for that to be the inevitable outcome? Like, you know, like you were booked to come and do a show for me this weekend, but you know, I was like, I have no idea if I'm going to be able to pay you because I don't know if people are going to be afraid to come or not. And I would hate to see you drive like 4 or 5 hours, you know, down, you know, the 80 to the 49 to come into Sonora.
It's like 3 hours from here to Sonora. So.
Right. And it's like, you know, I would hate to see you drive the 6 hours round trip to be like, oh, here's a slice of pizza and $5. I mean, this isn't pro wrestling.
Hey, that's pretty good.
But for a slice of pizza and $5, me and Luke would wrestle for you.
Yeah.
I will keep that in mind.
You have to pay for the olive oil. Yeah, we hate wrestling without lubrication because there's just a lot of friction, and we just have redness all over our bodies the next day.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's the Joey Ryan thing, right? Is like just like cover yourself in baby oil and just kind of go for it.
I'm gonna look up this.
I don't know though. It would be hard to pick which one of you guys would be the heel and the face because you look like the hairier guy, but Luke looks like he would be more of a bad guy if his hair was wet. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely. If I shave, I could be very sympathetic. So yeah, Luke, you're the bad guy if you do an accent. You'll be the.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna put him in like you're gonna give him the Rusev Iron Sheet treatment now.
Oh yeah,
like, make him
it's a
be the
tried.
foreign bad guy.
Yeah, it's a tried and tested method. The foreigner is the bad guy.
I am Luca, the Russian wrestler. I'm going to beat you up.
I'm gonna be like I'm going to play the cop character and shave the bottom part.
Oh, okay, cool.
Goatee and then because I think I look sort of like a cop.
Yeah, I was gonna say that actually looks very much like you could either be like a cop or like do like stunt doubles for Orange Cassidy or Game Warner or something. Actually, that's very frightening how much you look like a cop just by adding glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we do live like right across from a sheriff's station, so I'll see if I can work the front desk at least.
Oh, you live by the Reno Sheriff's Station? Is the jail right there too?
Yep.
Yeah.
That is a jail right there. Yeah.
And we got like a youth facility for troubled teens.
Do you ever get worried that like people are gonna break out and like run into your apartment building, hold people hostage and shit?
No, I mean we would let them in. We like harboring and embedding fugitives, honestly.
In fact, our whole interview for you was gonna be like, what do you know about the Zodiac killer, and like, what would you have done differently?
Like, if I were the Zodiac killer, what would I have done differently? Like, I wouldn't have killed people in the order of the Zodiac, just to throw people off. That would have been the thing I would have done.
But maybe you wouldn't have gotten the same
not write the
nickname,
letter.
That's the problem.
Maybe not write letters incriminating myself. Maybe. I don't know. Like, let them figure out, hey, he killed an Aries, a Taurus, and a Pisces all back to back. There's got to be a Leo somewhere in the mix, like let them figure that out.
I always thought there should have been a Chinese Zodiac killer, but the things that he would have left to the police would be math problems.
Like fortune cookies that are all crushed up.
I'm not a racist. I'm sorry. Luke's looking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Making fun of fortune cookies is making fun of Americanized Chinese food, not actual real Chinese food.
Weren't they invented like San Francisco or something?
I think they were invented in Venice Beach, California by some guy that made them so that people could have shit to talk about while their food was coming.
Nice.
If I recall.
How their food was coming? But it always comes at the end now.
Yeah, now it does, because this is some shit that was invented in like the 1870s because of that's when Chinese people were super prevalent here, like actually influencing our culture.
So well, Jimmie, Dave,
let's do an interview. I was gonna do the same thing as you. Yeah.
Jimmie, Dave, Menezes. Did I say it correctly?
It's Jimmie, man. My first name is legally David. So I put Dave on Facebook just so people who'd see me know that I'm not my brother. I have a twin brother, and people might think that I'm my twin brother if they see the picture and they're like, oh.
Okay, so you guys look exactly the same?
Not at all.
Okay.
But he has the same last name as me. We're Brazilian, so we're both Davids. And it's really, my dad's a David, my grandpa's a David. I have like 7 uncles that are Davids. I have like 30 cousins that are Davids. We all go by our middle.
My middle name is David, so maybe
I'll be Luke
Dave.
Okay. So yeah, it would be like if you put Luke Dave on Facebook just because you didn't want people to think that you're like your tweaker cousin or your tweaker fucking neighbor or something. You know what I mean?
So do you speak any Portuguese or no?
I speak hardly any Portuguese.
Okay.
What I know all the bad words. I know how to thanks to my grandpa, I pretty much know how to ask for drugs and that kind of shit on the street in Brazilian, but that's really it. And I know some of my grandma. My grandma was from the Azores, and I know some of her Portuguese. Like Menezes is tits, manja means eat.
So like manja some Menezes, and let's talk about something relevant to Jimmie, tell us about yourself and how you got into comedy and the kind of shows you put on. Give us a little bit of, tell us who you are, and not just that you're Portuguese.
Okay, so I got into comedy and pretty much the standard, my life was falling apart and I was either going to kill myself or I found myself on the stage by accident situation.
Cliche.
I had been living with a girl for 7 going on 8 years, and it was pretty much shit or get off the pot time. And I kind of didn't want to shit. And so we were just kind of, so she broke up with me, made me go live in like a spare bedroom and all that kind of stuff. And about 6 months later, after living in the spare bedroom and stuff, I came home from work one day and she was just gone. All her shit was gone. My dogs were gone. All the stuff that we had bought together was gone. Like literally she left me some towels, my TV and my DVD and video collection and like my wrestling action figures. And that's pretty much it. And everything else that we had built together, she took. And I was sitting on the couch in this empty ass house. I always kind of joked that if I'm ever going to kill myself, it'd probably be drinking whiskey in the dark, listening to Johnny Cash. So I'm sitting in the empty house in the dark, drinking whiskey, listening to Johnny Cash.
I hurt myself today.
And my friend calls me and she's like, "Hey, my friend's doing a stand-up comedy show, and he has to have people to come to the show, otherwise he's not going to be able to do stage time." So I get there, and it's at this place in Modesto called the Guru. So come to find out later, my friend's friend was doing like a bringer open mic. And it was really weird. It says my phone's getting hot and it might turn off in the middle of this, so sorry if it does. Okay. I just moved it out of the sun. So
oh, hey Jacob.
Oh
Right?
yeah, hey, Jacob Blaeser, everybody.
What's up,
Okay.
man? How-
You
Um,
can join in. I don't know if this
oh,
episode is
uh,
Jimmie's, but if you
we
have
can do it.
anything to say.
We can do it like that, I guess. Yeah. Um, so yeah. Anyways, so I came home. So I go to this comedy show, and everybody's just dog shit terrible. I've been watching stand up my whole life, and I knew it was just garbage. So I decided next week I was gonna go back, and I went back next week, and I did really well. And everybody talked to me after the show. It was like, "Hey, do you got a car? Let's go do open mics in Sacramento tomorrow. Let's go do an open mic in San Francisco on Friday. Let's go to LA on Saturday and Sunday, blah, blah, blah." And I did. And by the time I went back the next week, I already had 10 open mics under my belt, and I was a comic.
Hell yeah. And then I guess you founded Goldrush Comedy, is that correct?
Yeah, Goldrush Comedy is my production company. And basically what it is I started doing stand-up shows here in California. And I don't live in the beach area. I don't live in San Francisco. I don't live in the mountains. I live in Gold Country. So I thought Gold Rush was cool. I Googled it. There's some Gold Rush wrestling promotion. Other than that, nobody had the name, so I took it.
Hell yeah.
And if they ever come and are like, "Hey, man, you're stepping on our dicks," are you guys going to
Well,
wrestle over it?
Well, there was a dude that I want to say was in Illinois, started a Gold Rush Comedy about 5 years ago,
Oh,
and
look
I
at
just had to send him. I just sent him a little message on Facebook and say, "Hey, dude, this is my shit. It's been my shit for a while now. If you need help rebranding, I can help you rebrand. What are we talking about?" And he just sent me a message and said, "I just deleted the page. Sorry."
oh, right on.
And that's
Yeah.
been literally the only thing that's ever. The Gold Rush 49ers cheerleaders. They're called the Gold Rush Girls.
Mm.
They sent me a thing because I literally stole one of their logos and just put comedy instead of like wrote comedy over girls. And they actually sent me an email and said like, "Hey, we know you downloaded our logo and used it. Don't use it." And I was like, "Sorry."
You should have used the Donald Trump defense, like, no, I didn't. Never did that.
Actually, I thought about making it a parody and calling the show the Gold Rush Boys because it was a girl show that I had done, and doing it that way. But I thought better not fuck with the 49er legal department.
Probably not. I think they have more
Would you
financial
fuck with the
backing
49er
than
legal
you.
department? No. Yeah. See.
No interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jacob fucks with anything and everything. So if he won't fuck with something, like, it's
Oh
not
yeah,
worth
that
it.
looks like that is the face of a dude that fucks with Nickelback and Matchbox 20.
I just don't fuck with lawyers, man. I don't fuck with lawyers.
Now you're smoking your homegrown succulents right now.
No, this is actually we have these things out here called secret sessions, which are like farmers markets, and a bunch of weed growers get together and sell you
Wow.
their weed at basically wholesale. And there's a guy that sells 10 pre-rolls for $10. So I hit him up and got 10 pre-rolls for $10.
Oh, nice.
And now we're smoking $1
Okay.
pre-roll, I guess.
My nickname in high school was actually Succulent, and I'm having floods of memories about it. All the bigger Hispanic men, they'd be like, "What's up, Succulent? You coming over?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." So that's my life. But anyway, Jimmie, let's hear a little bit more about you.
What do you want to know? What do you want to know, Michael?
What was your
let's hear
nickname in
about-
high school?
My nickname in high school was David Many Diseases.
That's not bad.
And that's what they call me on the football team because the coach was a fucking moron. And the first day of roll call and football tryouts, like, Hell Week in August of fucking 1990, I'm a fucking 5'10", 110-pound fucking scrawny kid wearing pads. And for the first time ever in my life, my dad had to help me put my fucking shoulder pads on in the morning. And I'm standing there, and the coach can't fucking say fucking. He's calling like people Gonzalez and all kinds of shit. And he gets to me, and he's all David many diseases. And then it just stuck. And that was my nickname for fucking 4 years of sports in high school.
Oh God.
Fun fact, that coach is also the first person to ever gave me steroids.
He's like, you need this, kid. What a jerk.
He's like, I'm gonna lose my
he was-
job if we don't have a winning season.
Oh, he was like, "Hey, do you have a headache? Take these pills," and like handed me a handful of pills.
Let's hope he was shooting kids in the butt like that.
Oh no. The dude that started shooting me up was not the fucking coach, but yeah, dude, like we were just like, oh, those are fucking mini thins he's been giving us and fucking steroids, and we're fucking playing our brains out, and somebody realized that, and we started getting andro, and fucking I did some andro, and then I played baseball also. I did some deca during the baseball season, and I now have hairy shoulders and a super hairy back.
Huh. But what about your Mark McGuire forearms? Are those gone now?
Oh, actually.
Excellent.
Actually, there's the scar from my car accident. And,
nice.
Look, check this out. You can see the rod moving around.
Oh God! What?
Yummy.
Reconstructive surgery or what happened?
I fell asleep driving, and I had my hand on the wheel like this, and I woke up and I was hitting a wall, and I steered like out of it, I guess. And instead of like dying, I rolled the car like a bunch of times and almost hit a tree. And I was pulling the wheel hella hard to not hit the tree, and the bone shot out of my arm.
Oh God!
That must have hurt.
Yeah, you know what? I was so pumped. I didn't feel it hurt until I was like on the side of the road, like a minute after the accident. Yeah. And there's a dude there, and he was like, "Don't look at your arm." And I looked at it, and I was just like, "Fuck."
I'm missing one of the bones in here.
No, I fucking was sticking out. So, and my arm was twisted all weird, so I just grabbed it and twisted it back to how it was supposed to be, and the bone went back inside my arm. And it hurt so bad I started puking all over the place. And then yeah, that was, I tell this story on stage, and basically it ends with me having to have surgery and the anesthesiologist saying like, hey, they told me that you're a stand-up comedian, can you tell me a joke right now? And I say, well, doc, to be honest, you asking me to tell you a joke right now is a lot like me asking you to do the surgery for free. And then he looked at my chart and said, you're on Medi-Cal, tell me a fucking joke. and that's the whole story. That's the payoff of the fucking me almost dying so I can tell a little fucking political joke.
I had a doctor once thought he was clever. He was like, are you ready to meet anesthesia? Like it was a person, and I thought it was a person. And I was like, is that the doctor? And then he was like, that's a woman's name. And he was like, it got really awkward really fast from there.
it could have been worse. You could have went in there and that Bad Religion song could have been playing, and they could have been like putting the mask on. He's like, anesthesia.
Where I grew up, that could have that wouldn't have even surprised me. Where I grew up.
Are you from like Huntington Beach or some shit?
I'm from a town called Winnemucca.
Oh fuck! Oh, Winnemucca, you can get a fucka.
It is how it sounds.
Yeah.
So I'm confused now. Winnemucca has to do a Southern California punk rock. How?
It's basically a transplant. Is the best way I could describe it.
Oh, I got you. So. And when you're from Winnemucca, did you like move to Reno from Winnemucca, or did you get acclimated by moving to the big city of Battle Mountain first?
Oh man, deep cut. Yes. I'm just gonna say, and Elko was like 2 more hours away, so I was like, if I really work hard, I can make it all the way to Elko.
I can do a set at the Klondike.
Yeah.
The Elko's my dad's hometown, so I've been all through that whole stretch of the 80.
So you know all about the Owl Club and stuff, yeah.
Oh yeah, all of it, dude. I know about the mine shaft in Winnemucca. I know about a lot of random things in that area.
Man, I remember the last time I went to the mine shafts, somebody was stabbed, and we were just like, nothing's changed. And then we just went and sat down, and like nobody cared about the guy sitting on the ground. He was like, an ambulance is coming, I'm okay. He was smoking.
Good Lord.
Was it a burner?
Oh God, probably, yeah. That's just where they live until they go to Burning Man, is at the mine shaft.
Yeah,
Ah,
dude, that is totally true. Is this still clothing optional?
Yes, yes, it is.
I
And
thought that was weird. Somebody was like, "Let's go to this clothing optional bar," and I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Is this like the?" I was like, "Is this the like the waiting room at the whorehouse?" And they're like, "No, that's down the street. This is this is literally a nude bar."
And then you go there and you're like, I wish that this was clothing mandatory.
Yeah, there are a lot of people there that you just don't want to see naked for sure.
That's how I learned about C-sections, was at the mine shaft.
You know what I really did like about that place though is when I walked in there, it was like 7 o'clock on a Monday night, and like they had Raw on. There's like naked people drinking beer and watching Raw.
Yeah. Luke, I'll take you someday. You got to see it.
Okay, sounds fun.
The owner, though, I will say that the owner is really nice. He's a cool guy. Very gentle man, actually.
Actually, everybody there seemed really cool and nice. Like in the whole town, actually. Like, because we went and did karaoke at what is the name of the place? Way on the other end of town. It's
Club
like
40.
kind of Club 40, exactly. I wanted to say the 40 Club, but yeah. And we went and did karaoke out there. And I seriously thought I was gonna get dragged behind a truck because I did like Motorhead and like a Bad Religion song, like a Black Flag song and stuff. And everybody's looking at me like I'm fucking weird. And then afterwards, they're just like, "Yo, dude, I bet you smoke weed. Here's some weed." And it was like,
Oh God, I have a story about them. Okay, so we would go there, and like I just came back from New York, and I just started doing stand up, and I went back to Winnemucca, and we were at Club 40, and instead of doing karaoke songs, I just roasted everybody in the bar, like all the high school teachers and all the cops and stuff. I just got everyone, and like all of my friends were missing, and like 5 dudes were gonna beat the shit out of me, and they were like all mad, and so I saw the smallest guy in the group and I pushed him down and jumped and ran out into the desert and tripped over the railroad tracks and rolled down a hill and just laid there. And they were like, he disappeared, man. He's the fastest kid ever. But no, I just fell in a hole and like hid there.
"Oh, it's a good thing he fell into the hole and that didn't keep running and just end up getting hit by a truck on the 80 or something."
Yeah, for real. Or coyotes could got picked me off.
Oh, dude. I did a show in Montana one time, and the hotel room or the Billings Convention Center, there's a big field across, and across the field you can see the little green fucking cross of the fucking weed dispensary, right? And it was like midnight, and it was still on. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna walk across this field." So I walk out the front door, and the lady at the counter, she's like, "What are you doing right now?" I was like, "Oh, I was gonna walk to the weed shop across the way here." And she goes, "Oh, you don't want to do that. Hold on." He got on a walkie-talkie and called the dude that drives the shuttle. And he pulled up and he's like, "Get in the shuttle and drive with me." And we were driving to the weed shop. And he's like, "Yeah, you don't want to walk across this field." And he's all, "Look." And he shined a spotlight that was on the shuttle into the field. And you could see the the eyes of the wolves and the coyotes and shit fucking all in the field. And he was like, "Yeah, dude, that's wolves and coyotes, dude. They'll fuck you up." And he was just like, "I'll wait for you outside the weed shop." And yeah, I went and got some weed. He was like, "Go smoke by the pool. It's indoors. It's nice."
That's cool. Oh man. So,
Yeah.
Jimmy, do you have a hard out at 12:45?
Do I have a what?
Do you have to be somewhere?
Oh yeah, we're trying to bounce probably sooner than later. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Well, just
yeah, we
let us
can wrap
know
it
when
up.
you
We can
need
do
to
like
go.
we can do like a quick 5. You got like a 5 questions or some kind of fire off segment
Yeah.
or something you guys like to do?
Yeah, we'll see. So who do you think is the hottest cartoon character and why?
The hottest cartoon character and why?
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be like some weird psychological shit, but Leela from Futurama's pretty hot, even though she's only got one eye. But it's totally because it's Peg Bundy.
Okay. And
Like, you know what I mean? I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think it's like, I don't know. Like growing up, I had weird
You like
fucking
him?
crushes. I had a crush on Janet from Three's Company, the chick from Gremlins and Fast Times Ridgemont High.
Phoebe Cates.
Yes, Phoebe Cates is her name. The chick that played Kate Rambeau
oh,
in
beautiful.
Rock and Roll High School,
Beautiful. woman.
Dae Young, I thought was amazing when I was a little kid, and For some weird reason, I always like Peg Bundy.
She'll take care of you. She's very motherly. She's very nurturing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What was
Just
the
like,
name? What was the name of your earliest childhood crush? It was like in school or something, like a personal one.
well, my first girlfriend was in kindergarten, and her name was Bernadette.
Ah, I had a weird named
And
first
we,
girlfriend too, named Bianca in kindergarten.
oh, that's cute. And we used to hold hands, and I would walk her home because she lived directly right behind the school at the park.
She fingered me. Like, she got knuckle deep inside of me.
That's
Wow, that's a weird.
kindergartners being
That's a,
kindergartners.
yeah, that's just kindergartners. Jesus Christ, the fucking I'd hate to meet her dad. God damn.
Yeah, he fingered me too. It sucked.
Nice.
Mm. Now, would you rather have sex with Martha Stewart, Oprah, or Hillary Clinton?
Oh, better yet, do a fuck,
Oh,
marry, kill.
a fuck, marry,
Yeah.
kill.
Okay,
Yeah.
why not?
Okay, I'd fuck Oprah with the purpose of trying to knock her up and cash some checks.
Gotcha.
I would probably want to. I would probably want to marry Hillary Clinton because there's a lot of perks that come with being married to Hillary Clinton, like being president. Um, and then I guess I would just have to kill.
Mm.
Kill poor Martha Stewart. She is a criminal.
You gotta marry Martha Stewart. She will take care of your
Martha
ass.
Stewart, Martha Stewart would make hella good food, and yeah, Snoop would come over on the weekends to smoke me out and shit. But the thing is I wouldn't be able to live with somebody that had to talk to the manager everywhere we fucking went.
Dude, are you kidding me? Like, I'm gonna give you my theory. You got
Alright.
fuck Martha Stewart. She's gangster as fuck. You know she's a freaking bed.
Well, she's probably got that weird jail psychology where she wants to fucking have gangbang sex.
Well, then you marry Oprah because she's a fucking billionaire, and then kill Hillary Clinton. You know how many people would be happy if you did that? Like, dude, that's like a triple win, like quadruple
But, like,
win.
Dude, do I have to be the one to tell you that the white guy with the shaved head talking about killing Hillary Clinton's probably a bad look?
Why? I want to marry Oprah. How's that bad?
I'm just saying, dude, that's fucking. They finna drag you, fool.
You're on the hit list now. Sorry.
Right. You're no longer an SJW comic.
I was never an SJW comic. I'll tell you that right now.
What else you got, Luke? Let's try to get one or two more.
Yeah, so how do you feel about anti-maskers getting COVID? Does that bring you a certain amount of joy, or is it still unfortunate?
Okay. So there's that guy that recently died that was like, I ain't getting no fucking mask in April. Then
I
he
have
had a
friends
post
exactly like that.
where he has a post where he was like at some bar with a pool in it. And he's like, there's only like 100 people here. And then there's like another one where he's at a bar like hugging a bunch of people in a big group shot. And then the next one is like, oh, I can't breathe, like a week later, like COVID's so terrible. And then it's like his obituary. I think people like that, like, I don't know. I feel bad that the people that they fucking got sick around them being ignorant. I feel bad for those people, but the fact that they're, I guess, no longer part of the problem, I don't really feel bad about. I mean, it's sad. It's sad somebody died, but it's not so sad that I can't see the humor in it.
Yeah,
or the irony.
Yeah, like 9/11.
Yeah.
Dude, 9/11 is 9/11 totally ironic for a different reason though. Like that's ironic because it like if there's one fucking conspiracy theory that's fucking true, if there's one fucking like Alex Jones like that shit bonkers, like it's that fucking 9/11 was an inside job.
Yeah, that seems like it should be the most obvious thing. Like, I wish these anti-maskers would be like, oh, let's look into other conspiracy theories. Like, oh, this one seems very plausible because the official story sounds like bullshit. But
it's a mask. I don't see why people don't want to wear it.
Yeah, nobody's controlling you by putting cloth on your face. It's there's better ways to do it.
Right, like says the person with the phone in their hand, watching cable TV, and eating at fucking Panda Express. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
There are better ways to assert your rights than putting yourself and others like in harm's way. So. Don't know.
But anyway, this I think.
Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, Luke.
Yeah.
Let's do a fuck, marry, kill with you right now. Ivanka Trump, Caitlyn Jenner,
Oh.
and Boy George. Go. Fuck, marry, kill.
Let's see. Ivanka Trump.
Well, I'll tell you this right
I mean,
now.
probably fuck her.
I'm gonna make
Kill
love
Boy
to-
George.
I'm
Marry Caitlyn Jenner.
I'm just gonna make that sweet love to Caitlyn Jenner. That's a beautiful woman. That's an Olympic gold medalist, and you're gonna have to show some respect.
Definitely.
That is true. At one time, Caitlyn was the fastest man on earth. Have either of you guys had this conversation yet with any of your friends? Hey Susan, remember when you're hey John, remember when you were a girl and we had sex?
No,
Yeah,
I've not.
I'm waiting for it.
You have, I suppose. How is it?
Yeah, actually, one of my friends is a guy now, and he wasn't always a guy.
Yeah.
And when we were younger, yeah, we used to.
Huh.
I guess that's really more of a. I guess that's more of a. I used to bang a stud lesbian on the down low than anything, though. But yeah, every now and again we'll like have that conversation, like just jokingly out of nowhere.
All right. Well, do you got anything you want to plug before we let you get out of here?
Just Goldrush Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. You can find me at Jimmie Menezes. I don't really plug stuff. I always kind of got stuff going on. So if you just follow those accounts, you'll kind of be up to date. I got a YouTube channel with like 14 subscribers and like 3 clips. So yeah.
Well, Dead Panda should sub you. We'll exchange subs.
Yeah, we'll sub for sub. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
And then Michael and I should be.
Is it just Dead Panda Comedy?
Yeah, just look it up on and look up Dead Panda Podcast on YouTube, and we'll post this in a couple days. So it'll be on Spotify and
I will
YouTube.
slap it up and we will share it as well. Do you have anything to add, Jacob?
We have a show in Sonora this Friday at the Game Room.
Oh, right. Goldrush Comedy at the Game Room in Sonora. Tuolumne County still open enough for shows. The venue has assured us that they're going to be on it at the door, making sure that people at least have a mask on when they come in, which is really all they can ask. And there we go. So
nice. And Michael and I and a couple other guys will be coming down there August 21st, assuming everything's still open.
I'm assuming everything's going to be open because they have 2 hospitals in Sonora, which means that as far as the Tuolumne County goes, as far as those hill counties go, they're pretty more set up for hospitalization than any of the other counties. So
nice.
And one of our state's guidelines is percentage of hospital beds before they start shutting stuff down. So they're still doing pretty good out here in Tuolumne County.
Nice. All right. Well, it was good talking with you, Jimmie.
Yeah, it was good
to have you on,
too,
and Jacob as well.
Hey, do you ever
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, do you ever put on those fake cop glasses and try and get free coffee?
No. I need to shave the lower part of my. Nobody's gonna believe a person with a goatee is a cop. I need a mustache.
Yeah, just.
Hey, man, what are you talking about? What are you talking?
Yeah,
about?
he could be a cop totally.
Yeah.
He's not a cop, at least a narc.
He looks like an undercover cop.
Wearing like a Miami Dolphins jacket, being like, you know what I can get to these guys?
I'm looking for the Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Got the reefer?
Yo, where's the E at, boys?
You a cop? Do I look like a fucking cop? Good point.
Yeah.
And
that's my.
Want to be a 21 Jump Street cop so I can go and get some high school chicks.
Actually, you look more like you could be a cop if you like. Actually, you look like you'd be a cop now, like trying like one of those cops that's like into metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
one time I was with my friend Drew and we got pulled over. We had just smoked a joint and we got pulled over by this cop out in the country. And it literally, like, me and Drew both fucking hate Pantera. We would never fucking listen to Pantera, but we were with our friend we were in our friend's car and he had a tape deck and the only tape deck he had was Pantera's fucking Vulgar Display of Power. So we were listening to that because it was either that or listen to like the fucking Chevelle Dodge Dart go for fucking hours. So anyways, long story short is we got pulled over and the cop was like, "Is that Pantera? Cool, man." And let us go.
Nice.
All right. Well, yeah.
Right on. Well, my
Yeah.
phone's turning off because it's hot, dude. So I'll talk to you.
All right. Bye, Jimmie.
Okay, I
Thank you.
guess that's it. Later.
All right.
And we're out.
Yeah. So sorry everybody for the short episode this week. So maybe we'll do an extra long skit at the end. But thank you guys for listening.
Yeah.
Thank them.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.